The boy actually grew a pair of chicken wings to prevent him from flying out and getting hurt. Mom put him in a cradle, covered with a layer of blankets on top, then pinched firmly on the top with a clip. Then the boy's wings, where exactly did they come from? It turns out that when the baby was 2 months old, 2 fleshy bumps suddenly appeared on his back. Early the next morning, the mother found the baby in the bassinet had disappeared. There was only a blood stain left. Just then, the boy's voice suddenly came from the closet. The woman looked puzzled. How in the world did the baby get up there? When she saw the baby's back, the mother was dumbfounded. A pair of small wings had grown inside the lump of flesh, and the possibility of flying at any time. Looking at the strange and cute boy, the mother gave him a loud name, Erdan, but within a few days, Erdan's wings had obviously grown again. It felt like his clothes were about to burst. Then his mother brought a ruler, slowly took off his shirt, then measured with the ruler, exactly 20 centimeters. This is also too fast growth. In just a week's time, the wings grew by 12 centimeters. As time passed by day, the wings of the second egg had grown feathers. In order to understand the structure of the wings, Mom went to the vegetable market. She took out a ruler, studied the turkey's wings, then asked the salesman, "Do you know how big a 20-pound turkey wing is?" "It makes men stupid. I'm just a butcher." When I got home, Mom put the whole set of protective gear she bought and put it on Erdan to prevent him from getting hurt while flying. After everything was ready, the wings first fluttered a few times to warm up, then he really flew. The baby flies around the light bulb, as if fluttering Ochan. Mom was worried about burning him, rushing to ask her daughter to turn off the light, but the next moment, good thing there are protective gear. Only 2 feathers fell off. Mom rushed to give him some ointment. It was nothing serious. That day, Mom took Erdan to the supermarket, and just when they were buying something, the baby suddenly disappeared. Only the jacket wrapped in wings was left. When the mother looked up, the boy flew into midair. The tourists at the bottom were dumbfounded. At that moment, a grandfather found the salesman. "Quick, buy me a flying baby too." See this scene? The crowd at the bottom have picked up their phones, photographed. Then the supermarket sent out all the security guards together to catch the 2 eggs, but every time, he was just a little bit short. He also played with the security guards mischievously. At that moment, Mom suddenly thought, if you turn off the light, he will come down by himself. Then the light bulbs started to go out one by one. The baby who liked the light fell into the cooler area. Just then, the security guard seized the moment, went up and grabbed the boy. Then everyone went around. Then the second egg was taken to the hospital. The doctor said the boy needed to be kept in the hospital for observation, but the mother decisively refused. She didn't want her child to be used as a guinea pig to do research. Then she picked up Erdan and was about to leave the hospital, but the gate was already surrounded by reporters, who came. Luckily, the doctor helped her. They escaped through the back door, but before they reached home, the leaders all came out. They came up and wanted to touch the boy. "Show us your little monster." Mom had to run back home. The next day, the neighborhood was filled with reporters. The father who learned of the situation rushed back. Erdan was very happy to see his father flying around the house, but the space was too small. Erchuan hurt his wings again. For the safety of her child, her mother, she invited the doctor to the house. She wanted to remove the child's wing, to be surgically removed. This mother wants to cut off the child's wings, but the doctor said, the baby's wings is connected to the bones of the arm. If they are forcibly removed, the child might be disabled for life. Then Dad thought of a way. He said we could work with the journalists, use the child to make some money, then we can buy a bigger house. The child would not be hurt anymore. The mother was a bit reluctant at first, but finally the man convinced. The next day, all the reporters who heard the news arrived here. The mother took the boy out of the house, in front of the reporters. The 2 of them, after tying the rope to Erdan's legs, as soon as they let go, the boy fluttered his wings and flew up. But at that moment, an accident happened. The mother was too absorbed in watching. She accidentally let go of the rope in her hand. The baby flew higher and higher without restraint. The bottom of the people rushed to catch up, but a small lake blocked the way. Can only watch the 2 eggs fly farther and farther away, until he disappeared into the air. These people were afraid of getting into trouble. They all left the place. Only the 3 of them were left. The mother waited until the evening, but the boy still didn't fly back. The woman went home and was distracted every day. Whenever she heard the slightest movement outside, she had to climb on the window for a long time, always imagining that the boy would fly back by himself. Early the next morning, the listless woman went to the lake. She still couldn't forgive herself. After taking off her coat, slowly walked into the lake, and, just as she was about to end her life, suddenly she heard the sound of fluttering wings. She looked up and saw, it was really her own child. At this time, the wings of the second egg also turned golden yellow, more like the legendary angel. The mother kept apologizing to her son. She said she shouldn't have let go of the rope in the first place, but the baby did not go to his mother, only left a mysterious smile. At the end of the story, he still flew away. Every child is an angel in the heart of his parents, but there will be a day when they fly away. What they need is a broader sky. Learn to let go. May get another kind of happiness.